everybody, my name's Nicola and welcome back to my channel. This is the Frugal Cottage, where we talk all things money to help you on your financial journey. Today's video is another cash envelope stuffing video as we've reached the end of another week. So don't forget to like and subscribe and let's get started. So as always, I'm back with my trusty cash envelope binder. I love this thing. As always, I'll leave a link below to it and the envelopes. They're both from Amazon, but let's get started. So somebody last week commented and said, will you show the amount of money you have left over? So I haven't actually emptied my cash envelopes yet so that I can show you what I'm left with sometimes. So the first one is the food envelope. You can see there's quite a lot left in the food envelope this week. Lots of change for, don't tend to get as much change as I used to, but I have this week. So I'm going to take all of this out. Now all of this goes into the different savings challenges I'm doing for 2021, and as always I'll leave a link below to that. But that was the food envelope. Petrol is empty. Miscellaneous also has, so it has, what does it have, that £11.30 left in the miscellaneous envelope. So again, I'll just take that out and I will sort through these, like the change left over, into the various saving challenges once I finish this. So that goes there. Children, so actually I put £40 in the children's envelope last week, thinking that we do kind of things that maybe cost more, but actually we've done things this week that haven't cost us anything. We've gone for like the free option. So actually that's quite a significant amount of money left, which again goes into the savings challenges. And then eating out is empty because we got, what did we get out? Oh, ice creams. So there and there, obviously then you can see my setup, my cash envelopes there. So like I said, all of that will go into my savings challenges. So let's talk about the week ahead. We've got a fairly, have we got a busy week or not? I can't decide. No, not really, I suppose. Not really a busy week there. So first of all, for food, I think I'll stick with the £60 for food. That seems to be working okay. I'm trying to think if we're going anywhere. We're going out for a couple of days this week, as in during the day, so lunch potentially will be out, but that's okay. So yeah, I'm going to stick with £60 for food. So let's 20, 40, £60 food goes in there. That should do us. It's going to be slightly cooler this week, I think, compared to last week. So I think in terms of food wise, I am someone who kind of struggles to know what to eat when it's warm. I don't know if anyone else found that. And so when it's cooler, it's I have more of a rotation of meals that go when it's cooler. Does that make any sense to anyone else? Let me know if that makes sense to you. But I think £60 will cover us there for food this week, and then I think probably next week food will be higher because I need to kind of stop up a bit. So it kind of fluctuates as it always does. Petrol is going to be £30 this week. So I'm going to put that in. That kind of doesn't change, and I know that we might be travelling slightly more places, but I'm also not travelling to work at the moment, so it kind of balances out a bit. So £30 has gone in the petrol envelope. That really doesn't change very often. The only time it will change is if I know we're going to do lots of longer journeys within 1 week. But for the most part, £30 will do. Miscellaneous, as always, is going to stick with £20. I feel that's a good number, and like you've just seen, sometimes I don't spend that and then it will just get transferred over to the savings challenges. I do need to stock up. I'm kind of getting towards the end of the big sack of dried cat food that I buy, so I know I'll end up spending that this week. And I think from the top of my head, I think that's £6.99, but it does the cats a good kind of 2 weeks or so, so it's just balancing that out again. But as always, if I don't spend it, it just goes into the saving challenges, and I have decided what I'm going to use that for, but I'm not going to share that until the end of the year when I know what the total is. But £20 goes into the miscellaneous. And talking of those saving challenges, it is not too late to join me on that if you feel like you want to join in. We are into, or nearly at the end of the 7th month. You've got 5 months of the year still to go, and you could end up with quite a substantial amount if you want to join me. And like I said, I'll leave a link below to that video. But £20 goes in miscellaneous. Children, so I know we're out for a couple of days this week with the children, and so I think, so I put £40 in last week and didn't spend any. I think I'm trying to think of how much the places are that we're going. They're not too expensive, these ones. So I think I'm going to put £30 in the children's envelope, because again, if I don't spend that, then it just goes to different things, which is not a bad thing anyway. So £30 there. I think the plan is, especially one of them, will kind of be the bulk of the £20 note, I think. So we will see how that goes. I've got a list of places to visit thanks to people leaving comments. I'm excited to try new places, but obviously you need to factor in the cost of these things, and some of them are more expensive than others. And of course we are in the summer holidays, and I do have a summer holidays or school holidays sinking fund. Again, I'll leave a link below to the latest update on those. So some of that can be used for the kids in this kind of next period of time. In fact, that's what it's there for. So it's just balancing when I choose to spend that as well. We are going away to Scotland as well, so I think I'll probably take that sinking fund money with us to Scotland, and then we don't have to worry about finding extra. But it's a bit of a balancing act. Sinking funds are great, actually. I'm so happy that I started that system this year, but it's then kind of spending the money, even though you've allocated it for a specific purpose, it's then kind of going, right, and now's the time to spend it. Because sometimes that in itself is harder than saving the money in the first place, or at least I find it is. But the children's envelope is going to stay at £30 for this week ahead. And then eating out, so this, I talked about this last week, because this is where this last £10 note is going to go. And it might not seem like very much, especially when we're going out as a family of 4, kind of for eating out. But either we sometimes also, well, not sometimes, quite often we'll take a packed lunch with us if the place that we're going allows you to take a packed lunch. Sometimes they don't. But also if we're going out with the kids and it's a family day out, sometimes the money will come from the eating out envelope, so like it did with ice cream this week. Sometimes it will come from the children's envelope if it's specifically for them. Sometimes it can come from the food envelope if there's stuff left over. It kind of just depends on how I feel about the cash envelopes, how they're going, how much I've spent from other envelopes, and also what else is left kind of in the week ahead. So although that might seem like a complicated system, it works for me. And you know, at the end of the day, personal finance is personal for a reason, isn't it? And if it doesn't work for you, then you need to find what does. So that final £10 there is going into the eating out envelope. And I don't even think I'll go to Costa this week, which I know might surprise some of you, because if you watch these videos regularly, you'll know that it's my favourite thing to do. But there are other places we're going, so I probably won't go there, but that will go on other stuff anyway. It's very unusual that this envelope isn't empty by the end of the week, let's be honest. So to recap, I put £10 in the eating out envelope, £30 in the children's envelope, there's £20 in the miscellaneous envelope, £30 in the petrol envelope, and £60 in the food envelope. And they are our cash envelopes for the week ahead. I am looking forward to the second week of the school holidays. It's kind of just balancing between not having to do everything all at once and kind of spreading that out, and also the weather isn't as good this coming week as well, so we'll probably be at home slightly more, which is easier on the budget, let's be honest. So how are your cash envelopes looking? How are you finding the warm months? Are you finding that you're spending more? Let me know down below how you're finding things. As always, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you again very soon.